Richard's Guitar Studio. I wanted to go over the song Hey There Delilah, and so the tabs are linked to the video. So go ahead and open those up. I'm going to refer to those. So the first thing in part A is, well, first of all this stuff is finger picking. You're going to use your thumb alternating with a chord with your first and second fingers on your right hand. So it's like thumb, index, and middle together. Thumb, index, middle, like that. So I'll play letter A for you, then I'll kind of break it down. So that's letter A, the intro and the first verse. So the first thing you want to do is get the chords down. You have a D5 chord here with your first and second finger. And then you have an F sharp minor chord, third finger here on the 4th fret, and then bar the 2nd fret. Now your bar should only be 3 strings long, no more than 3 strings. The reason for that is what he does is he plays the F sharp minor, and then after the last F sharp minor chord, he lets that ring as he plays the open D note, and then at the last second puts that second finger down. So there's like an overlapping in the chords. So it's F sharp minor chord, like that. So kind of the D bass note plays, and then the D bass note plays as the F sharp minor chord is still ringing, and then you put the D on top of it. If you listen to the song, it's kind of a cool sound in there that helps connect those two chords. So, and that's what that tie is there in the tablature. So if you look at it as a first and second ending, on the second ending it stops short a little bit before going to the B minor chord on the next line. Use your first, third, and second fingers. Then you have an open A. Second finger stays where it is as the first finger grabs G. Then you have an A with a little bar. Back to B minor, 1, 3, and 2. You have A with a little bar. And then grab your pinky on the 5th fret. Like that. So that's how I was playing it. Some tabs have this, and they play a C sharp and an E with an open E, but if you want to be authentic with it, it's an A and an E note there. So that's part A, and each time you play, and that's the verse, each time you play that, after you do the first time through, you're just going to take the second ending every time. The way it's written out there is the intro and the first verse, but every time you play a verse after that one, you just always take the second ending. Okay, part B sounds like this. So you have a D5 chord here again, A bass note, second finger stays where it is, B minor chord, and then come around with the pinky. Alright, it's kind of a weird little passing chord. Alright, I was actually doing a bit of a harder fingering, and one of my students showed me that one, and I was like, ah, that's way easier. So B minor, and then a C sharp with the pinky. So you do that 4 times, and then the last measure there is just a little transition to get you back to letter A to the verse again. So letter C is the second chorus, and it's the same thing as letter B, except for you only repeat 3 times, and then the last transition sounds like this. It's measures 15 and 16 on the tabs. Sounds like this. And that last A bass note is going to send you into letter D, which is the bridge part. Alright, and that sounds like this. So again, your second finger up here on D, first finger on G. Bar on the A, D5, B minor, G5, A with a bar, D5, and then here you have a C sharp, bass note. So it changes up a little bit. That's measure 23. Right. Alright, so mostly the same chords. You just have to follow the changes. And then follow when he stops short with a bass note and doesn't do the finger note. There's a couple examples of that in letter D. So just want to watch out for that. So then after you do that, you go back to the verse, and letter E I have just its little fill measure. So you go back and you do letter A again, and when you get to the second ending, measure 5. Instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you just go shorter than that. 1 and 2 and 3, like that. Once you do that, and that's letter E. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. There's more of a rest there. And then you go to letter F after that, and this is the finish. This is the end of that last verse there. Sounds like this. Letter F. Measure 34. And then after that you do measures 10 and 11. And I'm not going to do this 8 times, but you do measures 10 and 11 8 times. That's at letter B. So, repeat that phrase 8 times, and then letter G is the very end of the song. And the way you do that is you have the D5 chord, you play an A, which is going to continue to ring through the chord, and use your thumb to play a D chord. You're going to bar the D chord like that, and just roll through nice and easy with the thumb. So D5, open A, let it ring, and then D, bar chord. Okay. So they're all the parts to the song, and really what you want to do is just put them together. Use your ear a little bit and play along with the song. So basically it's letter A to letter B. Letter A is the verse, letter B is the chorus. You go back to A, and every time you do A, the verse, you're going to always jump to the second ending, throughout the song. Then it goes to C, D, and you go back to the beginning, you do the verse, and you have a little fill on E, and then F, and then G. So basically, I've tried to put it as linearly as possible on there, but I always like to get my tabs as concise as possible. That way you're not reading repeats over and over and over again. If you can kind of like break it down into sections, I think that's a little bit easier. But if you're confused about, the order of the parts, just comment or send an email, and I'll try to clarify it for you. All right, I hope that helps. If you have any questions about it, richardsguitarstudio.com. You find our email there, and email any questions. All right, have fun with that one.